and then also have your own funeral.
Well, now you've had a wedding and a funeral for yourself.
The old self. Like, seriously, it's all spiritual though. And so when you see a white wedding dress in a wedding video, music video, it's not, oh, she's cocky and stuck up and she's tired of men and screw men. No, that's not what it's about. It's like really doing the work and figuring out what it is that you resonate with. The concept behind the Truth music video is commitment to self at that moment in time of writing the record. And so I thought the best way for people to get it would be to marry myself in a music video.
Maya has lost her damn mind, apparently admitting to marrying herself. Kind of sad to see them later off in life. I believe she's 45 or 46 years old, and they do weird things like this, such as marry themselves.
On February 14th, 2020, Maya dropped a music video with a new song called The Truth. And of course, in this video, she had on a white dress, basically signifying that she married herself.
And it's after the choices and decisions that they have made into their 20s and their 30s, selecting a certain type of lifestyle that would make them not cooperative of a man that they would want.
Maya is not very clear on her position about marriage or relationships, because on one end she says, yeah, she doesn't want to do it because of what she's seen her parents go through.
You don't hear anything else.
They're wondering how a woman as stunning as you are, that is the object of so many men's desire, and you probably have the pick of the litter, which is another thing that they assume.
My mother's an independent thinker. I've witnessed a divorce, between my parents. I've witnessed all kinds of things. My father is a very attractive man. I've witnessed a lot of things. So I've always thought a little different. The white wedding dress, I was very fearful of those things. So I looked elsewhere and probably escaped too much in my work and keep going. But also, I think being independent has forced me to show up for myself.
But then she'll say this.
But I also clear up the fact that I'm open to additions, but I'm not here for the subtractions in my life, because I've also experienced that.
On one hand, she doesn't want to do it. But on another hand, well, if the right situation comes to me and it adds on me and it doesn't subtract from me, then I might be interested in doing such a thing.
What are you waiting for? Like, what are the standards? What are the requirements? Like, let's get in there. Optically, aesthetically, you're beautiful. You're still beautiful. You're gorgeous, girl. All right. And I know dudes is knocking down your door. Even still, you say that you open to it, but obviously you're looking for Mr. Perfect, and Mr. Perfect just doesn't exist. Because as a man, if you also don't elevate their lifestyle, right? Women like her that are probably millionaires are looking for multimillionaires that are also perfect. And instead of accurately assessing where she's at, she continues to ask for this level of value instead of accurately assessing where she currently now sits in the dating marketplace for a accurate exchange of value with someone. Your biological imperative for hypergamy works very well, works best in your 20s. At 46, results sold separately. Let's go.
She says this.
I'm just on a journey of self-love, of self-care, so that I show up as my best self. And I do believe in a lot of the universal laws and the law of attraction, and making sure that I attract nothing short of the best me too. I'm not on y'all's time. I'm on God's time. I'm on God's time, and I give it to God.
Yeah.
But yes, I've been very, very committed spiritually, marrying myself and just conditioning myself in many different ways.
My best friend did the same thing. She had an entire wedding ceremony for herself. Not a white dress, because she also doesn't believe in, the traditions that were created for whatever reasons. But she did the exact same thing, a commitment to herself. And a lot of people are just kind of dumbfounded as to what that actually means. But
stop the cap. I know. I talk to you, I deal with you. I know you don't want an Outback Applebee's, TGI Fridays lifestyle. You don't want a Macy's, JCPenney's lifestyle. You barely want to shop at Nordstrom. You want Saks Fifth Avenue, Neiman Marcus. No heat, no judgment. But the problem is your sexual marketplace value, you don't have enough on your card. You don't have enough of a limit. You don't have enough of a limit. So just like you didn't want to settle in your 18 to 25 years, neither do these guys. Here's what's going to happen. If you are a woman 35 plus, and you want a man that's on the same lifestyle level, you're going to have to share him. You're going to have to share him. Because why? Because you didn't get him when you should have. That's just the bottom line. You should have got him between the ages of 18 and 25. But whatever the reasons were, you chose not to marry in your prime. So if you're over 35 and you want a man in this category, you're going to have to share, and that's the problem.
You said in your 20s you was having fun. Would you say that you bamboozled a bunch of men?
Hell yeah!
Okay, fair. So we're in agreement, right? You know why men in their 20s can't bamboozle women? We don't got no money.
Period.
So you spend all of our 20s getting bamboozled, a beautiful woman like you, who we may have thought like that could be my wife, and you bamboozled us in our 20s. Now we got money now.
Time to do the bamboo.
It's time to do the bamboozling. And what happens is when a woman is now in her position, late 20s, early 30s, she's like, I'm ready to be someone's wife.
Yeah.
Well, now you finna get bamboozled. And I'm not saying it's okay, but what I'm saying is that you had your time to bamboozle. A man can't bamboozle until he got the resources to do some bamboozling. Show me a black man in their early 20s who don't come from a prominent family who got resources to bamboozle. Finally, when they make some money, I'm finally a VP of my job. I'm 30. Wait a minute. I can do all the things that I watched that woman do with that other guy that I like. So now I'm gonna do that to these women, and I feel like women get upset when a man does it, but then they'll openly say, like you just said in your 20s, I was bamboozling.
It's not as though that women can't find men in this category, top 10%, top 15%, top 20% men. It's not that these men don't exist. It's not that they can't find them. They want these men, and they want these men to be monogamously, one-on-one committed to them, and these men are not going to do it. They're simply not going to do it. Why? Because they don't have to, not with you. If they're gonna commit monogamously, they're gonna commit to somebody who can deliver them their own children. They're going to commit to somebody who's still in their prime. If his sexual marketplace value is here, and your sexual marketplace value is here, you're going to have to share him because he's higher.
Ladies, gentlemen, and polite savages, we are now about to embark on a journey sure to anger feminists and modern women alike. The only thing we can do is guarantee to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth as we see it. And that truth you seek at times is a bitter pill to swallow, but you gotta shut up and take your medicine. So there's nothing else left to do but get on into it. Are you ready? Let's go.
Polite savages, I think we can all understand and know and grasp the concept that Father Time will ravage even the most finest dime piece of a big old butt, ravaging her ravishingly good looks with the ravages of time, where she'll be replaced and aged out, where she'll be made obsolete by the next new hussy harlot harpy running the streets, or unfortunately having to find herself or having to compete with a respectable woman that's trying to be somebody's wifey.
And it doesn't matter what your degree is and whether your PhD.
I'm a PhD.
All that does not matter. It matters the fact that you are mismatched mate value. If a man's mate value is here, and you are over 35, your mate value only goes down every year. Fertility being one of them. So it's not as though men are getting revenge or anything like that. It's just they don't have to. Why pay full price for something that is on sale at another place?
There's always a new mod hoe waiting to jump into the foray of dating, taking her spot in the sexual marketplace, throwing out the male bows, and knocking out the old woman for what once was her top slot. We already got so many other examples with Maya and Melyssa Ford, where Mark Lamont Hill had to ask her this one question that didn't miss its target and showed why she fell short.
But what would you say to the person who might say, if you have had a bunch of failed relationships that don't lead to marriage at this stage in life, does that diminish your value?
But I ain't
Possibly.
gonna start there arguing.
Somebody's perception of me, yeah, absolutely. They might feel that way.
What would you say to what would your response be to that? Is that a reasonable conclusion at which to arrive?
It's a reasonable conclusion to arrive at.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But oh, just wait a minute, polite savages and lady polite savages. Just recently this week, with Jason Lee exposing Melyssa Ford that she had once dated Mark Lamont Hill, which explains all the drama that's been happening on the Joe Budden podcast. No wonder why the tensions was running high when this bombshell was spilled. That Melyssa Ford had missed many other opportunities before, when she could have just bowed down and submit to a man, and would have found herself walking down the aisle at the altar with a man that would have raised her a family and become a loving father to her children.
Shout out to Mark Lamont Hill. You know she used to date Mark Lamont Hill. Did you know that? Oh shit!
They said I was being really shady to him the last time I did VH1 Live, but I don't remember what I said.
You missed the point that I said Melyssa and him used to date. Really?
Yeah.
She does. She owns
Anyway,
up to
let me stop telling her
Yeah, we
this.
did. I mean, I adore.
He's a great guy.
I adore Mark. He is awesome. I could get my
very well may not be a personal choice.
Well, if the personal choice is to have your standards and expectations so high that Mr. Perfect may never arrive because perfect doesn't exist, then it is a personal choice in a roundabout way. But as long as she acknowledges that this is the predicament that she put herself in, because beauty and beauty alone is not a barometer for men to either, it might be a barometer to enter a relationship with you, whether that's a relationship or a situationship. But in order to keep, looks gonna fade, baby. The looks is an entrance fee. But the morality, the substance, the femininity, the character, the personality, that's how you secure the bag.
Like it's been said many times before that men just want cooperation, submission, friendly support, full of life, optimistic women. But this is what happens to many beautiful women when they get their millions of dollars put up front, where every situation that they find themselves in turns into a situationship and not a relationship, missing their chance to find themselves a respectable man, a high value, a high producer, a man of means, where she could have been living her dreams as a wife, living a soft life, but instead she finds herself getting kicked out the door onto the curb after a man uses her a pocket sleeve to relieve himself for a night.
But Maya has not really put in a whole lot of serious effort into the right person, because she's beautiful, she's famous, she's light-skinned, I mean, she's exceptionally feminine. So most dudes would have loved to have somebody like that as a wife. But the reality is you feel like you don't need to give a man anything, and so you don't. And as time goes on, you just get out-competed. And this is the problem with ladies like Maya, because they will dress it all up as if it's a personal choice, but really men have the personal choice and if they're gonna marry you or not. And the more that you're like Maya and you make more money and you have more access, the harder it is for you to get a man, because again, you're not just dating the regular guys on Instagrams or the thirsty dudes like O'Shea Duke Jackson is in your inbox at that point. Now you're dating and trying to get with dudes that have money, that are millionaires, that have a lot of access, that have a whole lot of opportunity, and their opportunity is just not limited to black women, it's limited to the entire world. These guys have a lot of money and you have to actually get out there and compete with other women for these men, and you just don't want to compete.
That's all I got for you, you polite savages. Like and subscribe, hit us up on all social media networks.
We found true happiness.